Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel for another pick a card reading. This reading is going to be about the weekend, like what can you expect over the weekend? What's in store for the weekend? I've got 3 piles here and 3 tarot cards. Let's start with pile 1. I'm going to call this one Starburst. Feels a little wild and crazy. A lot of energy moving in a lot of different directions. And for pile 2, got this river rock. Heavy. Comforting though. It feels comforting to hold. Worn, water worn. And it feels confident to me. Comforting, confident. And for pile 3, I have the cube. I don't know if you can see it. There's a very light pink, pale pink, the heart of it. A little dinged up, but still very beautiful. Has a very nice, neutral, subtle, bit calm energy to this, but kind of like getting back to center, maybe. All right, so these are your 3 piles. I wanted to include the designs of the tarot cards, the decks that I'm going to be using for each pile. It won't be a long reading, but I do want to just see what we can see about the weekend ahead. All right, go ahead and pick your pile, and the timestamp will be below, and I'll see you at your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the pile with the starburst. Can you see it? There we go. Again, I feel there's a lot of energy to this. A lot of movement. And this card here with the 9 of coins. Very confident energy. I like how the colors are matching up here. A lot of joy to this card. A lot of fun. I feel like a lot of sharing in some goodness, sharing in some good times. That's what I'm getting right off the bat. Let's go ahead and get a few more cards here. Let's see. What can we expect, Spirit, for the weekend? What can we expect for pile 1's weekend? Just one oracle, I think. Oh no, let's go with one more. What can pile 1 expect this weekend? And the Lenormand here, in the Lenormand deck. Pile 1 weekend. And a few more cards. Let's see. It's a stick. Tarot cards. What can pile 1 expect over the weekend? Spirit, what can pile 1 expect for the weekend? 1, 2. All right, let's see. See what we got here. We have change, butterfly, twin jet, and look, that really kind of has that same feel as the crystal here. Being pulled in different directions, being pulled in many directions. Might be doing something different. Maybe not the usual. You're doing something out of the ordinary, out of your usual routine. We have bear. You are the light. It is safe to step fully into your light. Yeah, it feels like it's very confident, fun energy this weekend for you. We have coffin, but look at how the lid is coming up, and see the stars within, and see the rainbow. I feel like you're coming out of a very maybe tough week, tiresome week. You're a week that kind of really brought you down, and then you're gonna step out and be you. It almost feels like you're kind of not fully being yourself during the work week. Like I feel like these two different personalities, these two different parts of you. And the weekend is when you really settle into who you really are, like that very authentic you. You're putting the other, maybe the work you, to rest, and the real you is coming out on the weekend. Interesting. All right, so let's see what we have for tarot cards. We have the Ace of Cups. A lot of potential energy. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are looking good. I want to point out again, notice the amount of arms and legs. We've got 2 sets of each. It's like 2 different people. We have the Hermit, but that's not you, that's you. Or again, work week, weekend, 2 different sides of you, 2 different aspects of you. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. That has that same feeling as the crystal of moving out. I'm going to move these up a bit so you can see everything. How's that? Is that better? That looks a bit better. And we have the Page of Coins. It's a very youthful energy to this. I don't know if that's how you feel on the weekends. Again, I feel like there's two very different people. And this weekend, you're stepping out as your authentic self. There's also a call to this, to beware of how much you take away from yourself in order to be that other person. There's a call here, and I know I don't want to go too deep with this, because it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend, but something for you to think about as you go through the weekend and are presented with all of these fun opportunities to go out and have fun, to just be who you are. Beware of giving too much of yourself, to taking away from that authenticity during the rest of the week. This card is coming out for a reason. I think your guides want you to remember that, whatever it is that's keeping you from just being you the rest of the week, it's something that's in your mind. I think it's a fear that maybe you have in your mind that you won't be accepted for who you truly are. But that's not, it's safe and it's okay. It's be you. You do you. You be you. Good things will come of it. And you'll feel a lot happier. You feel a lot better. You'll bring a lot more energy and joy to others in that respect, in that situation. Let's get something else here. Let's see. Anything else you want to let us know about this weekend, Spirit, for pile 1? We have the Reaper, Danger, Warning, Reckoning. And I think this is your fear coming up. It's a fear of what would happen if you didn't integrate that part of yourself integrate that part of yourself throughout the entire week. I think that the message that I'm getting here is by not doing that, by not letting your light shine and just being who you are all the time, that it kind of pushes you a bit to extremes, and it might cause you to go overboard on the weekend instead of, you know, maintaining more of a balance in how you behave and what you do. So that's a little bit of that warning from Spirit, and also encouragement to be you at all times. Try and get in touch with that authentic self. Pull that into the rest of the week, not just on the weekend. And all good things. This is a great opportunity to start. It's a great opportunity, a great energy to be in for that, specifically for that. All right. Love all parts of you, and others will too, I think. Others will too. That's what I'm getting. All right, so pile 1, that's what I have for you. I want to get one last oracle card for you. For about the weekend for pile 1, Spirit, we have inspiration and courage. Let this reading be a bit of inspiration for you. Let it tap into that courage to just be you, to just be that authentic person, that beautiful, authentic, amazing, energetic, fascinating, confident person that you really are. Bring that to the world, bring that to everyone, and it'll all be good. It's all good. All right. Thanks for joining me for this quick little reading about your weekend. Take what resonates, leave the rest for some other time, and feel free to hop in the comments and let me know what you think. Let me know how it went. And alrighty, I shall see you guys next time, I hope. All right, bye. Hey there, pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So the question today is, what's about to happen this weekend? What can you expect this weekend? What does Spirit have for you about this weekend? So you chose the pile with the river rock. I said it felt very comforting to hold. It has a nice weight to it. It's a bit worn. It feels very, very comforting. It feels like comfort to me. Nice grounding energy. And the card is the moon. So it does. It feels like a weekend at home, perhaps. I'm hearing flights of fancy again. Well, let's see what else Spirit has for us. So what can we expect this weekend for pile 2, Spirit? What can we expect for pile 2 this weekend? What can pile 2 expect this weekend? Can pile 2 expect this weekend, Spirit? What can pile 2 expect this weekend? There are oracle cards, and let's go ahead and get our tarot cards. All right. What can pile 2 expect this weekend, Spirit? Can we expect for pile 2 this weekend? What can pile 2 expect this weekend? I think these two. Okay. Actually, I want to get a Lenormand card here. Pile 2's weekend, Spirit. What do we have? We have in store for pile 2. Feels very calm. Pile 1 had a lot of energy to it. This feels very calming, very relaxing, very comforting. Well, let's see. We have Dolphin, Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Stop and listen. And we also have Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. And I heard castles in the sky. And I kind of felt, you know, remember I was talking about flights of fancy. Castles in the sky. You have the ruins here of once great civilization, right? Let's see. We also have Andromeda, sacrifice. And lastly, key. The raven with the key. Threes, threes, threes. So yes, very calm weekend, but I think it will be like one that you're spending at home. There's a little bit of a warning here not to get too. You're transmuting pain. You're working on healing. You're working on yourself. There's this little bit, this feeling of also like this regret. You know how she's looking back at the treasure that she's left behind. For pile 2, I feel a little bit of like homesickness also. But I think Spirit is guarding against going down the rabbit hole into spending the weekend feeling bad, feeling depressed, feeling regret, wishing that things were different. So let's see what other guidance or advice that we have. We have the 9 of Wands. I hear building, rebuilding your kingdom, rebuilding your castle. The 7 of Swords. What can you take with you? What are the lessons learned from this situation, this entire situation that's happened, that you're going into the weekend with these feelings that perhaps pop up when you're alone and when you're by yourself and you're not being, you're not interacting much with others. Yeah, there's this caution here to not go down into that depression or that depressing feeling when you're in those instances, when you are by yourself. The Sun, yeah. I want to see what other cards are here before I continue, because I want to ensure that I'm giving you the right. Yeah, that's what I thought. 3 of Cups, I believe. Yeah. Temperance. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here, I'm going to move these all over here, because this tells us everything we need to know. There is that caution. There's this caution from Spirit, right, about being in that space where you're going down the downward spiral. And that is the warning, I think, for you this weekend, is to, if you know that that's how it gets when you're by yourself, right? That's the lesson that you've learned. You know that. You know how you are, right? You understand yourself. You know what brings you joy and what doesn't. And you know, probably, that's what I'm getting out of the cards here. You know that you feel a lot more alive and a lot happier, and the past is easier to deal with when you're out and about, when you're around other people. So the encouragement is to do that, to do the things that bring you comfort, that make you feel grounded, that, like, I wish you could feel this stone. It feels very comforting. This weight feels very comforting. And that's the encouragement, is to go towards that feeling rather than getting lost in any emotions that bring you down, right? Nostalgia, remembering, right? I think you've already taken the lessons from what happened. And now it's time to, you're rebuilding yourself into this space. You're rebuilding your kingdom. You're rebuilding this, this confidence. And it does take time. It takes time, but it is happening. It's happening. You're doing it. You're transmuting the pain. You're taking the lessons from all aspects of the situation, all aspects of you, and you are moving yourself into a better place. And that's what we see here. You're moving yourself into a better place. And the thing with this card, if you look at her face, right, she looks like she's kind of looking like, yeah, I've got all of this, but there's this wistfulness, this listlessness. Listlessness, is that a word? Where the things out here is not what matters, right? What matters is what's inside. So despite all the things that you may have sacrificed, and you don't want to focus on that this weekend. You want to focus on the joy. You want to focus on the company, the support, on the fact that you are progressing through your healing. You're progressing through the pain, through the experience. And that's where it should be. That's where that focus should be. Everything's going to be good. You totally got this, pal, too. You got this. You know yourself. You know yourself much better now. You know yourself. Do what brings you comfort. Do what brings you joy. Put yourself in the situations where you're feeling joy and not feeling regret or pain, or focusing on the things that aren't going to bring you joy. So that's this weekend. This weekend is going out, being with those that lift you up. Even if you're not out, even if you're just, FaceTime, talking on the phone, interacting with others, going out, do your run club. Go out and do something with your run club. Go out and be amongst others. Be amongst those that lift your energy up and remind you of the goodness of human beings, right? So I guess I was off a little bit at the start, where I thought, maybe this was the stay home pile and relax from the work week. But I do feel that maybe that's what it is for some of you. Maybe for some of you it is, stop and listen, stop and relax, take a break. But I think it's more taking a break from situations that might bring you down or bring you back to a place that you don't want to be in. You can continue to transmute pain while you can continue to heal while out and about being happy, because the joy is the healing. Joy brings a lot of the healing to you. So go on out, have fun. Have fun. Be amongst those that make you feel good and that support you, that make you smile and lighten that energy. All right. That's what I have for you, pal, too. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and hope to see you next time. All right, pal, too. Hey there, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. The question for today is, what can we expect for the weekend, right? So, what can Pile 3 expect this weekend? And I have this little one right here that you picked. And I think I said at the start, it feels like emanating from the core. Was that this reading? I don't remember. I've recorded a few of them today, but it feels like something's emanating out of you, emanating from the core of your being. And we have the Ace of Wands. So what can we expect this weekend? This is very, like, this is potential, right? But I also feel like this is readying. This is getting ready for something. You're pulling something together, preparing for something. All right, well, let's see what else Spirit has to say about this weekend for you. Start with some oracles. What can Pile 3 expect this weekend? I feel like we need a couple of, three, I guess. 3 of those cards. What can Pile 3 expect this weekend? Can Pile 3 expect this weekend, Spirit? What do we have in store for Pile 3? I feel like another one needs to come out. That's a lot of oracles. Let's go with it. All right, so maybe also a Lenormand. What can Pile 3 expect this weekend? Again, a lot of the oracles in the Lenormand. All right, so what deck was this? This is like Seers. All right. So tarot cards. What can Pile 3 expect this weekend? Spirit. Those two. That one. What can Pile 3 expect this weekend? Spirit. What can we expect for Pile 3 this weekend? 1, 3. Interesting how these are kind of like being kind of separated, placed into their own separate piles. If I can get all these cards on here. All right, so let's see. Let's start with these. We have Kangaroo, Courage. You're being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. We have the Horse. Free Spirit, give yourself the space and freedom to express your creativity. I feel like it's going to be a very creative weekend. And Hedgehog, Acceptance, embrace who you are. Yeah, I get that. I can get that from this feeling for the card here. Let's move these down. I feel like there's a lot of movement, yet stillness. It's contradictory in a way. I think I mentioned that in the intro, right? That it just felt a little bit like there's this contradictory energy, that there's rest in order to prepare for all the movement. And that it does feel like this is a creative project that you're bringing out into the world. Something creative that you're doing. And we have the Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Again, yes, there's this resting before the movement, resting before it all comes out, resting before it. And I feel like it's just going to be this burst of energy, this burst of creation. Are some of you giving birth also? I kind of feel like there's, I don't know if somebody's pregnant watching this in the hospital, you know, getting ready. It's coming. That's what I feel. I feel like there's this getting ready for this burst of creative energy and creative power. We have Crux, Signal. This card has come out a lot in readings for like when something needs to be communicated. And something needs to be, you need to get something across to someone else. And then we have Balance. Eyes closed again. It's that same energy that I'm feeling of this calm, like this calmness before something big happens. And we have stork. All right, who's giving birth? Who's having a baby this weekend? That really, that's what it feels like. And it might not be an actual birth. It might be, but it might not be. But it feels like there's this huge thing that's going to happen, this huge energy that's going to be brought forth into the world, and that's going to happen with your pile 3. All right, so let's see. Oh, I got one more here, and I have way, and it's a labyrinth, right, to walk through to come to center, and yet when I first glanced at it, it looked like a natal chart. With the blues and the pinks. I mean, it really does feel birth-like. Big. All right. I'm going to put this here. We can still see that. I think the camera's kind of set up a bit weird today. All right. And now for our tarot cards. We have the Queen of Swords. Doesn't she look regal? I love that expression on her face. And we have the Hermit. Again, something emanating. That's very that Ace of Wands. Same feeling. Getting ready to let that light out into the world. We have the King of Wands. Wand energy. And we have the High Priestess. Look at that. Again, that same look, that same composure, preparation, getting ready. The Knight of Swords. The Five of Swords. And lastly, the Page of Cups. All right, so I think that initial message about birthing something into the world is the overall energy of this. Is this weekend is like preparation. You're kind of getting ready to dive into it, to get it done. For those that might be having a baby, for giving birth, you're getting ready for what's coming. I thought of, we're talking about birth, and my first child, I knew that I was going to be induced on a Monday, so that weekend, the weekend before I gave birth, I was resting up and getting ready for what was coming. And that's the feeling that I'm getting, part of it. But I think some of you is also the birth of a project, the birth of something that you've created that you're about to put out into the world. I feel this entrepreneur type energy where you're getting ready, you're getting ready to I think that there's some apprehension, there's been a little bit of anxiety about doing this. This is here. So you're composing yourself. This is the time that you're going to take to compose yourself before it's released, before you put it out there. And yeah, you're racing ahead. You're going to it. You're getting it done. You're you're doing it, you're releasing it. I feel like this is something, you know, whether a child or whether a project or a business or whatever it is, a piece of art, some music, whatever it is, it really comes from the heart. It really is something that is from deep within you. So it's like a child. It's something that's from deep within you that's being released, and hence the anxiety, because anytime you show something that is something from deep within you that has made itself out into the world, that's being vulnerable, right? That's showing your vulnerability. You're opening that deepest part of you. You're opening it up for not just compliment, but also criticism, right? You don't know how it's going to be taken, and it shouldn't matter, because you're gifting the world a part of you. And that's what I have to say about that. I do think that, again, this weekend is spent, you know, the deep breaths, the composure, the emotional and the energetic readiness. You're manifesting this thing out next week, during the end of the weekend, towards the end of the weekend. You're birthing this out into the world. Child, project, art, song, music, business. This thing is yours, and it is from deep within you. It's a deep part of you, and it is a gift to the world. That's what I see. It is a beautiful gift that you are giving the world. And so I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, Pile 3. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for this beauty and this amazing, and it is a life. Whether it has a life, it has the energy of life, right? That's whether it's art, whether it's an actual person. You're giving this to us. It's a gift to the world, and I thank you for it. And that's what I see for you this weekend, Pile 3. Getting ready, deep breaths, getting ready for that, for releasing that part of the most authentic self of you out into the world, an expression of the most authentic part of you out into the world. All right. Well, I hope you got something out of this. I hope this provided a little bit of guidance, comfort, clarity, whatever it is that you're hoping for. Entertainment, if that's why you were here. I hope that that you got something out of this. Alrighty. Pile 3, thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.